it's Miss Hannah here, and today I'm really excited to be sharing a super fun craft with you guys. And so today we are going to be making some dream catchers. So as you can see, here's one that I've already done. But for this craft, you're gonna need just a paper plate, some kind of like yarn or string, scissors, something to color with, whether it's crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you want to use, and a hole punch. Now there's other things that you can add for the craft, but that's totally up to you, and you can all get as creative as you want with it and add anything that you'd like. All right guys, now let's get started with our craft. So for this first step, you may need to ask somebody who's a little older at home to help you guys out on this first step, whether it's your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever's there who can help you. So what we're gonna do is we're going to need to get the center part out of the middle of the paper plate. And the way I found that it's the easiest to do is if you just kind of fold your plate over, hot dog style, and then it'll have an outline of the inner circle on the back, and you can just go ahead and start cutting that out. And this does not need to be perfect. It can be any kind of cut as long as the center part's out of there. And then once you cut that out, you should be left with two separate pieces of the plate, one of which is going to be basically our whole dream catcher, and then this center part we don't need anymore. All right, so once you have your center part or the outer part of your paper plate, you can go ahead and find whatever coloring materials you want to use. And today I'll be using crayons, and then you're just going to want to color the outside of the dream catcher however you'd like. So if you see on these examples, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just color however you'd like. I did mine in like a rainbow around the edge, but go ahead and you can pause the video and color your dream catcher however you please. All right, so once you guys have your outer circle completely colored however you'd like, the next step is going to be to use the hole punch. Now again, with this step, you might want to ask somebody who's older at home to help you out. For this, the way that I did my first one is I just started by making a kind of like a cross with my holes with the hole punch. So I had one at the top, and then I'm gonna do one directly across from it, and then do the same on the other sides. And really just try and space out some of these circles all around the inner part of your dream catcher. So go ahead and put as many holes as you like. You want to try and keep them balanced because we're gonna be threading some string through them. So it helps if they're not too far apart. So I just went ahead and I put 8 little circles around my dream catcher. You can put as many as you want. Probably don't want to go over 16 because then it might get a little too crowded. But feel free to make it as extravagant as you guys would like. And then our next step is going to be to grab our string or yarn or whatever we're using and then thread it through the plate. Okay, so as you'll see, I'm taking the string and pulling it through one of the holes I just created with the hole punch. And I'm going to pull it and loop it through another one of these holes, and then continue doing that until there's string going through all of the circles. And as you'll see at the end, that's what the inside will look like with the string once you've threaded it all through there. So again, go ahead and pause the video, take your time, and get that string strung through there. And then unpause whenever you finish that. All right, so once you've gotten your string threaded through there as much as you'd like, for the most part, the first couple holes that you do don't matter whether you go in one way or the other. But for this last one, you're gonna wanna go to your original hole that you started with, the first one that you threaded through. And you're gonna wanna go in through that one, but instead of going in the front of the plate, you're gonna wanna take the string and thread it through on the back so that it comes out the front, which should leave you with your plate with the strings going through the center, and then these two threads coming out of the same hole punch at the top. All right, so then once you do that, you're gonna figure out how long you want this loop to be, because this is gonna be the loop that you hang your Dreamcatcher by. So I would say go about, you wanna leave enough room for a knot. So I would go about 2 or 3 inches up the string. And then you're just gonna cut off the excess string. And then at this part, you get to choose however creative you wanna get. So as you see on my first one that I made here, I added some beads up at the top. I'm gonna do that again for this one. But if you don't have beads, you could use seashells, or you could leave it plain, whatever you guys wanna do. So if you wanna add beads, like I did in my first one, it's super easy. You just pick out the colors that you want. I'm gonna go with green. And you just start to make your pattern by threading the beads through the string, like so. And then you can add them up as much as you like. Once you've added as many beads as you want, then we're gonna go ahead and make our loop, which is where we're gonna hang the Dreamcatcher by. So add a couple beads, however you'd like. And then you might need help with this step as well, but you're going to make 2 knots at the top so that it's nice and secure and they don't come out. You wanna leave this little loop so that you can hang your Dreamcatcher. And then, so you make 1 knot, tie it super tight, make it as long as you want, and then you're just gonna secure it with a 2nd knot at the top. All right, so now it's starting to look a little bit more like a Dreamcatcher. But for our next step, we're gonna grab our hole puncher one last time, and we're going to make some holes at the bottom of our Dreamcatcher. So you can make as many as you want, and then what we're gonna do, you can use, this is another place where you can get as creative as you'd like. For my first one, I used some pipe cleaners and I made them into hearts. And then I also had some strings coming down that just had beads on them. I've seen them done with leaves. You can tie some leaves to the bottom, feathers, seashells, like I said, whatever you want to add to your Dreamcatcher. So I added 4 little holes to my bottom of my Dreamcatcher. You can add as many little things as you want, but you're just gonna go to do so and add them. You're going to put a hole at the bottom and grab your string again and choose how long you want it to be. For this part, I would recommend maybe like 5 to 6 inches, however long you want it to dangle down below. So what you're gonna wanna do, once you've cut your string, is you're gonna wanna loop it through the hole like this, so that then you can tie a knot and keep it tied up top. You're gonna wanna tie it around the bottom of your paper plate. All right, so I'll do that on this one, just so you guys see what it looks like. Again, you're gonna probably wanna add a double knot just so that none of these little strings at the bottom come off. See there, now we have the string at the bottom. And again, for this one, I'm gonna add some beads to mine. But if you don't have beads at home, just get as creative as you'd like. You don't have to add anything to it. If you'd rather use colored yarn instead, whatever you wanna do. As long as you follow these steps, you will still end up with a beautiful Dreamcatcher. Let me just add a couple beads here. All right, so I added these beads at the bottom, And then to make sure that you keep everything you want on your Dreamcatcher, we're gonna do another double knot to keep it in place at the bottom so that they don't slide off. There might, depending on how long your string was, you might get some extra string at the bottom, which is okay. So as you'll see, I tied my double knot down there at the bottom, but there's this little bit of string left at the end, and I'm just going to use my scissors and snip that off. So you can repeat these steps and add as much as you'd like to your Dreamcatcher, and in the end, you're gonna get this beautiful piece that you can hang up in any room of your house, and it is just a super cute decoration, especially if you keep it in your bedroom, and it'll catch all your good dreams and get rid of any nightmares. So I hope you guys liked this craft, and I hope everybody's staying healthy and safe out there, and I can't wait to be able to see you guys again at Kids Club. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.